Almost set up. See if you can't get that security network running, Mako.
Sure thing, Braden. We'll be... hey now.
Indeed. The main attraction has arrived. Team, this is the man we're pinning all our hopes on. Best shot I've ever seen and nerves of steel. He's great hunt material, all right. What do you say, Hunter? Ready to meet your team?
My team. I like the sound of that.
Get used to the idea. To win the Great Hunt, you'll need support, structure, and intel. Let's do things official-like. This is Mako, a little genius I picked up years ago in Nar Shaddaa. She provides intel and tech.
Hope you're as good as the old man says.
And the big bruiser is Jory. He handles the heavy lifting and provides security for our base of operations.
Atuni ma chechu, I kutsig nang kihe.
Cute girls and big guns. I'm sold.
All right, enough introductions. Down to business. We're here because the Great Hunt has been called. Little Mako is the most rabid fan of hunter history this side of Geonosis, and even she doesn't know exactly what the Great Hunt entails.
I do know the names of every Great Hunt winner, though. Bloodworthy, the Defenestrator, Jewel and Nightbringer.
Every bounty hunter who's won a Great Hunt went on to massive glory and riches. Which is why we're here.
What's our first move?
Here's what I know so far. The Great Hunt has two groups, the Mandalorian Elite and freelance bounty hunters sponsored by influential crime lords. There's no time to make you a Mandalorian. That means you need a sponsor.
Nemro the Hutt runs this stinking little town. I've got just enough pull with that gangster to get you an introduction. Mako, scan for every bounty in the area. I want the nastiest, most brutal, untouchable scum you can find.
I'm on it, Braden. One nasty character coming up.
We need to get you situated as a big-time hunter, at least as far as the locals know. Then we contact Nemro. Mako will plant rumors about your off-world exploits. But you have to take down someone impressive and local to sell the reputation.
You find a target, and I'll take it down hard.
How's that scan coming, Mako?
Found something. Check this out. Vex Corellian. Champion quick-draw artist, wanted for robbing 15 Imperial military pay stations.
Togawata kiko uba kiriwata buki donko.
Perfect. This Vex is either a madman or a glory hound, and he's obviously dangerous.
Says here, Vex has a safe house in the bad part of town, right in the heart of the madness. That'll be fun.
Nemro the Hutt's enemy took over part of this town. It's dangerous poking around in there, but it's your best shot. Raid Vex's safe house and look for something that might help us track him down, but be ready for anything.
Excuse me, but I have a safe house to shoot up.
Be safe out there.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. We finished up our series on Raft last week, and now we're going to start a brand new adventure here on Star Wars: The Old Republic. Wanted to give you a nice little cinematic intro as we begin this new series, and what better way to do that than starting with Star Wars, using the Star Wars intro. So we are going to be playing through the Bounty Hunter storyline for this recording. Oh, I forgot to turn on my cool little thing that I was going to tell you about anyways. This game is normally a lot more like World of Warcraft when it comes to the interface, with the way the controls work, but I found a script that allows me to use it a little bit more like an action game. So I have permanent mouse look and the ability to use keys and things like that as you would in more like a game like Neverwinter. It doesn't actually do anything to the game itself. It's an auto hotkey script that runs in the background and makes the interface work that way, but doesn't actually do anything to the game. So while we're here and having to adjust things anyways, because you can't adjust these things until you get into the game, and I wanted to give you the cool little intro like that. So we'll go ahead and do a quick little, go through my quick little adjustment to the way that I do my quick bars and all of that stuff. So to make it more like some of the action games that I play today, I adjust my settings to do like that, and then quick bar 4 to 5. And then I also adjust my companion quick bar because I like to use the mouse up to make him attack and the mouse down to make him stop. And then for movement, I'm just going to use A and D for that, and running, apply all of that. And then for my interface, I am going to use my streaming layout that condenses everything because I have an ultra wide monitor and you guys can't see anything off to the sides. So that moves all of the interface stuff. So let's see what that looks like on the recording. Yeah, it has my head in front of the map a little bit, but that's not that big of a deal. As long as you guys can kind of see the map, that's all that really matters. All right, so our first quest today is going to be to go search for information on Vex. So fortunately, this game is very hand-holdy, and it basically puts the plots down exactly where you need to go. So let's head over here, and, and there's a quest right here.
I'll listen for now. I suppose I can do that.
All right, so we gotta go kill a few of these gangster dudes. Oh yeah, let me fix my. I normally put my resting on the X so that it's easy to click on, and then my default attack on. I have this mapped to the left mouse button with the auto hotkey options, and then this will be my leading attack. Oh, huh, I messed that up somehow. Let's fix that real quick. Quick bar. 1, 3, 4. Oh, I just didn't have my hand in the right place, I guess. It's supposed to be Q, E, and T. There we go. Now we should be able to use our abilities. Okay, so I chose the mercenary spec for my bounty hunter playthrough, which is very much Boba Fett inspired. So you'll see a lot of rocketry and things like that. Okay. One more. Okay, and then this one. I've been playing this game a lot with a lot of the stories, and there's two different classes that start in this area, so I have to take a second to remember where I'm going. I chose the Bounty Hunter class line because of all the stories that I've played so far, the Bounty Hunter is just the most interesting to me. It's the most fun to me. It's the one that keeps me the most captivated. So I wanted to go ahead and choose that for my playthrough for recording because I'm hoping you're going to agree. The Jedi ones are they're all fun, but they just don't capture my imagination and give me that sense of adventure that this particular storyline does. So I wanted to go with this and share this one with you guys so that you could get that. So you could get that.
Excuse me, stranger. I don't mean to be overly familiar, but I think you're just the kind of person who can help me. My coward of a husband has taken my son, and I need someone with the wit and muscle to bring him back.
Your marital problems aren't my business.
My marriage has been dead for years. This is about my son. My son is gifted. Do you understand me? Gifted in the Force. He has the ability to train on Korriban and become Sith. My husband trained on Korriban. He had his chance at glory, but failed. And now he runs errands for a slimy hut. I will not have my son do the same. Please, you must help me.
What's in it for me?
I'm not wealthy, but I'd give everything I have for my son.
Now you're speaking my language.
Good. I knew I'd find somebody sensible eventually. He took my son to the shuttle port. A comm officer there who owed me a favor contacted me when they showed up. Be careful. My husband may not be willing to walk away peacefully.
Okay, got a nice little reward. And gloves that we can put on. What I like to do with this is to, and there's going to be a point where I want to do custom outfits later just so we can keep some kind of consistency in our outfits. But for now, we're going to show the gear that we have as an outfit, and it has the ability to adjust the colors to make sure that they always match whatever your chest piece you're wearing is. So if you see me coming in here to do that, that's why I'm doing that. I don't need a dark side corruption thing for this guy because he's not a Sith. We'll come back in here.
I'm just saying I want to go on some missions. My blaster aim is pretty good. Anything's better than sitting around with you in our gear. No offense, big guy.
Wana wada blota wi Jawa. O wamawanka matuske.
Hey, look who's back. How'd it go out there, hotshot? Find anything?
Vex left a data pad at his safe house.
Great, give it over and I'll see what I can make of it.
Uchusa yo mata chitoya. Nam kanoya choski nawi.
Pleasure's all mine, big guy.
Well, look who's in a generous mood today.
Hey, Brayden. How was Nemro's palace? We getting our hunter in to see this hut?
I've laid the groundwork, but we're not there yet. What have you got?
A data pad from Vex's safe house. Cracked the encryption in record time. Check out that last entry.
Our boy Vex keeps detailed records. There's a receipt here for a shuttle ticket he bought today. We'll have to move fast. Only the boldest make it into the Great Hunt. And Vex is a bold target. He's a champion gunslinger, completely ruthless. What do you say, Hunter? You ready to take down Vex all by yourself?
I'm always ready.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. If you head out now, you'll catch Vex at the shuttle port before he escapes. Bring back Vex's ID tags as proof that you're the one who got him. Anything else he carries is yours to keep.
O kakiza spida perupa. Gadwa shiniko higa danulia.
And a nice little quest reward. All right, better gun. We are a dual-wielding class, so we're gonna have to keep track of 2 different weapons. So that's okay. So there is an alignment system in this game, light side and dark side, obviously, and certain decisions that you make are going to change your light side, dark side alignment accordingly. And then also there's just different responses you can make based on what you want to do
We're not responsible
with your character. I'm very much into trying to role play the character as much as I can. So some of the things that I want to try to keep track of when we're making decisions and responding to questions is what would the character say based on what kind of character we're playing. So for this character, he's not necessarily a bad guy. He leans that way. He has no problem doing very bad things, especially if he's getting paid for it. But he's not going to be like the Sith, where he's super cruel and is always going to be going out of his way to indulge in the suffering of others. For him, pain and suffering is just a means to an end, and if that's what needs to happen, that's what needs to happen. He won't break a contract unless... I mean, it's going to take him a lot to break a contract. So for this conversation that we're about to have here, it's going to go pretty bad for the person here because he made a contract with this woman, and you'll see.
You're the one Gianna recruited to rescue her son. She said you were on your way. Look, I'll point out her husband, but that's it. He seems jumpy, and I'm not risking my neck.
You're off the hook. Just don't get in my way.
I appreciate it, I really do. Hey, Kendrell, somebody wants to talk to you.
Do I know you? What do you want with me?
I'm here to take your son back so your wife can send him to Korriban.
My wife is so determined for our son to become Sith that she hires a bully to threaten me. I was once an acolyte at the Academy on Korriban. There's no failure at the Sith Academy. Those who can't cut it die. I got wise and fled before they could kill me, and I'll die before I see my son eaten alive by those Sith dogs. Let me take my son and flee. Tell my wife that you persuaded me, and we took the shuttle to Korriban. She won't know any different.
So I need to update my interface to show these on the side here. But see, this is a light side option. It shows a little symbol there, and this is the dark side option. Now, if I'm playing a Jedi, I'll always pick the light side option. And if I'm playing a Sith, I'll always pick the dark side option. But these middle of the road characters, I always have to kind of stop and think. Okay, well, he made a contract with this woman to make sure that the son goes to Korriban. And if she ever finds out, that's going to damage his reputation, and he cares more about his reputation than he does about doing the right thing. So we're going to pick killing him.
Your son's going to Korriban, and there's nothing you can do to change that.
Damn it all.
Dad!
Get back to your mother. Forget what you saw here, okay?
I'll go home now.
That was... Never mind. Not my business.
Yep, not your business. All right, there we go. So, yeah, that's the thing about this character is it's what makes it more interesting to me anyway, is the ability to, I mean, you could technically do that with the other characters too, but there's just there's a vague ambiguity when it comes to the bounty hunter. And then the resting action for this guy is pretty cool. It's a little rocket. I don't know, I just really like this class, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. I like the story. I like the way the class mechanics work. Let's see. So if you look at the top right of the screen, you can see all of our quest objectives, and sometimes on these quests you'll get little bonuses where it'll give you extra things to do for extra experience points. So we're gonna go ahead and do this right now. Okay. And we'll kill these guys here. There we go. And that completed the bonus quest, and they dropped the item. So you can see, normally, so this is what it would look like. Normally the game works like this, where the mouse is free moving, and you have to like right click to move around and click on things, and you know, it requires manual looking around and manually clicking on things. The hotkey thing basically holds the right mouse button down, is basically what it does, but it has a little script in there. I didn't design it, I found it on the internet. It has a little script on there that holds the right mouse button down, and then when you do certain things, it releases the right mouse button, clicks on something, and then puts the right mouse button back down again. That's basically what the script does. So I adjusted it to be a little bit more suited to what I wanted out of the program, but now I can just walk up to people, look at them, click on them, and do all that kind of stuff.
What's this? A lawman of sorts? Never thought I'd see the day dashing Vex would get cornered by a brute enforcer.
I'm not sure dashing is the word you're looking for.
Ha! But I know something you don't. Vex is not your ordinary run-of-the-mill thug. Oh no. Vex is the galaxy's greatest quick draw artist. Vex can shoot your ears off so fast you won't even hear yourself scream.
Show me.
Oh! Cheater!
All right. Got the ID tags, and then we got level 4, which gave us a couple of new abilities. All right, so our initial basic abilities are just our shooting our pistols, which doesn't require any energy. We have health and energy, and those are our resources for the game. Energy is what's used for special abilities. Our missile blast uses 20 heat, and it does damage to one target and then splash damage to targets around him. And then we have this powered shot, which allows us to use our blasters to kind of do a powerful shot using the blasters, but it has to charge up, and I'm not a big fan of it. I don't typically use it very much because I already get 115 damage out of just spamming this, and I have to wait for this, and it's about the same, so it doesn't really make much sense for me to play with that. So I'll keep that right here. This is a this is what you would call like an encounter ability in some other games like Neverwinter. It has a 2-minute cooldown, and it's something that you use when you're fighting a tougher boss or a tougher opponent, and you need a little bit of extra oomph. So we won't be using that right now. Anytime I generally use it if I'm fighting like an elite monster, an elite enemy, and then I run out of heat. So the way this character works is that you don't have like an energy or mana necessarily. The abilities that you have generate heat. So your bar kind of works in reverse. As you use energy, you build up your heat, and then when you get overheated, you can't use abilities anymore, and you have to wait for it to cool back down. So Functionally, it works the same. It's just a different flavor. Your heat bar fills up as you use abilities, and then it cools down as you don't use abilities. But there's still a regeneration mechanic, and you can still use abilities during fights and things like that. It's kind of a cool way of thinking about special abilities. I think it's fun.
We are not responsible for Mr.
I generally come out of mouse look mode when I'm going to interact with characters or anything that's going to require me to click on something, because it doesn't really work. If you're holding the right mouse button down, you can't really click on things that require your left mouse button. In this game, interacting with things is generally a right click, and that's why the right click thing works.
Thank you for returning my son to me. I don't know what became of my husband, and I don't much care. Soon Zayam will be on the shuttle to Korriban. You did what was needed.
I'm a professional hunter. I always get the job done.
Here's your reward, as promised. Zayam may hate me for getting his father killed, but I hear hate and grief make for a fine Sith.
The quest reward. Nice cool looking pants. All right, moving right along.
Hey, old-timers, I'm... Jory. Brayden! What happened? Is the old man...
He looks pretty dead. Jory, too.
No. The old man's really dead. But he... Oh, damn it! Wait, you had something to do with this.
If I did, you'd be dead too.
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. It's just... I've been with Brayden for years. I know you didn't have any reason to hurt him. And I just can't believe he's gone.
There must be some way to find out what happened.
You're right, there is. Jory and I set up surveillance gear all over this room. Whatever happened here should have been recorded. Fire up that monitor. Let's figure out who did this. Laughed it. Someone's tampered with the recording. I can still get some of it, though. Here we go.
Move and you're dead. Now, if you know what's good for you, you're gonna back out nice and slow.
Oh, I know precisely what's good for me. Winning the Great Hunt won't merely be good. It will be splendid. When I win, the entire galaxy will know the name Taro Blood. And I'll charge extravagant fees for my services, won't I, Seddon?
The highest in the galaxy. Only the filthy rich will be able to afford you.
Taro Blood. I've heard of you. Nearly got crippled by the other Mandalorians at the Great Hunt 10 years back.
Ah, yes, that. An unfortunate bit of history. This time, I plan to win. Of course, that will be simpler if my competition doesn't include rivals beyond my fellow Mandalorians. The Twi'lek Vibroblade Master from Ord Mantell? Gone. The Chiss droid builder fond of explosives? Gone. That just leaves your protege to remove.
Kunta chuta, kasuyali kulira, kanki kum.
You misunderstand. The rules forbid killing competitors before the allotted hour. Thus, the promising up-and-comers I mentioned are very much alive. I simply eliminated them as threats. And how does one slow a charging Gundark, Seddon?
Blast his legs out from under him.
Destroy the upstart's so-called crew. I'll be outside, innocently unaware.
Jory, shoot to kill!
Too late, old man.
That scum. He didn't even have the guts to kill them himself. He had his lackeys do it. Coward. The big mouth running the show claimed he was Taro Blood. He's a big shot even for a Mandalorian. When he started out, Tarot Blood was major news. Rumor says everyone united against him when he tried the Great Hunt.
This time he's stacking the deck in his favor.
If what he said was true, he's already nicked some other competitors. Tarot Blood barely survived elimination from the Great Hunt last time. He was out on his back for years. Major squash, you know? If Blood's determined to win the Great Hunt, our best bet of catching up to him is getting you in that competition.
I'm here to win the Great Hunt. That hasn't changed.
The thing is, Braden spent all our credits getting us here. We're stuck on this stupid planet. Nemro the Hutt is the only boss with enough clout to sponsor you for the Great Hunt. We need him more than ever. If nobody knows Braden is dead, I should be able to get you a meeting with Nemro. This'll take every favor I can call in, and I'll need the tags from your bounty. Should be enough for 2 burials.
That should cover it.
I'll do something nice for them. At least as nice as I can manage on this cesspool of a planet. I did everything I could to build your reputation, but now, you'll have to make an even bigger impression. Nemro's enemies are all over town. Take out some leaders before you visit the palace, and you'll score points for the Hutt.
All right. Well, that seems like a great place. In my previous raft episodes, I was basically just shooting for anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour, but for this, because it's very heavily story-based, I'm mostly going to be just trying to find good cliffhanger spots that'll make you want to come back. So we're gonna go ahead and stop here so you guys can see what happens next when you come back tomorrow. So I hope you guys are enjoying the story so far. I hope you come back and follow me on this grand epic adventure that includes a lot of different areas and a very interesting story. So thank you very much for joining me today, and hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.